it yesterday. It was more of a greedy Wisp draft,
remaining.
and this one I don't think is as greedy. And also MVP don't really have that big team fight that I foresaw them having.
Yeah, this is going to be a much scrappier game coming out from them. They're going to be looking for maybe pickoffs here and there with the Axe for Forev, but it seems much more farm-centric. They've got Slark on QO, doesn't like to fight too much early on. Actually looking like he may go mid here. So we'll introduce our Radiant side. MVP, the Korean squad, going to be running the Axe on Forev's hand. QO looks to be going mid on the Slark. We're going to have Heen on the Witch Doctor, March on the Viper, and that leaves Lion in the hands of Reason. For the Diet side, it's Na'Vi. The Ukrainian squad going to have Funnick on the Legion Commander, Vengscore playing the Wisp, or EO. Dendi going to be on the Puck at the mid lane. It'll be Go Black on the Scareth Mage, leaving Havost on the Bristleback up top.
Is it going to be a solo offlane Bristle? I think it's actually jungle sack. Or jungle sack Axe.
Looks like Funnick Legion is going to be going to the offlane here. So, Slark going mid. I guess they want to be able to completely zone out Funnick. They see him pick up the Legion Commander, and Viper, the probably better matchup as far as keeping him out of this lane. Bounty runes, here we go. Who's going to get those magic runes? And QO and Forev. Yeah, this is a trio of heroes they don't really want to fight.
I don't think Forev is going to have that much luck. He only has 4 tangos, and yeah, sure, he has a lot of physical damage mitigation with Stout and Wrinkle Protection, but he's versus a Skyrath. Skyrath doesn't have any clarities, but I think this should be easy peasy for them to zone him out.
Yeah, Vengscore even starting out at the top lane as well. Bounty Rune went, what, to Havost. Normally we see that level 1 Bounty Rune go the Wisp for that insta-bottle, but he'll have to wait a bit long. I guess Dendi won't be needing the Courier with his item build, going for the Null Talisman first, so bottle won't come for a couple of minutes. I guess Forev, probably more so than Funnick, can fall back to the jungle. Should his team give him some stacks there, and gets off a fantastic block here in the top lane. He's going to at least allow him to be close to his tower. And guess what? Backup's coming his way. Reason on the line is actually up here in a pseudo-duel.
He's taking a lot of harass though.
They thought about it until they saw the Lion.
Axe is generally pretty good for those long, drawn-out fights, but I mean, versus a Bristle, you can't really man up versus him like you would want to normally.
Right, well, Na'Vi missed that stack to start things off here. Getting those range creeps makes it the timing a bit different. And we'll see Trilane versus Julian up here. I feel like Lion and Axe have to play very cautiously and defensively, though.
Do you have game sound?
I do have game sound.
Are they really quiet?
Game sound? Yeah,
mine's really
okay.
quiet.
I can hear them.
Mine are barely audible. Anyways.
I'm sorry. Condolences. Mid lane is going to be the QO Slack versus the Dendi Puck, and Dendi will actually bring out an extra salve for himself, wanting to maybe get a bit more aggressive as far as harass goes in this 1v1 matchup. Slack, expect him probably to struggle pretty bad against the Puck, even with a poor man's shield.
Shouldn't be that bad. I don't think that either side should be able to kill.
Yeah, I think more as far as CS goes, Dendi should have a bit of an edge here. Does similar base damage, I guess, at this stage. Dendi just going all around. He gets jumped here, forces out a defensive orb. QO. Double pounce and 1 point in the Essence chip. There's your salve for Dendi. Did allow him to at least put himself in a position where he can trade blows a bit better with QO Slack. That's the bottom lane. Funnick getting a decent amount of XP. He's level 3. Similar story for Forev. Both offlaners having reached level 3. And mid lane, Lion smoked. He's looking for that bottle snipe, but the Courier's going top lane with Vengscore's bottle. Dendi yet to farm his. This bottle snipe timing is just not quite what it needs to be from Reason.
It actually works as a blessing in disguise that they let the gave the rune to Bristle back early.
Yeah, I guess Dendi would still be farming his bottle anyways, but yeah, they're gonna go for the hex here. Dendi gonna get bounced up. The orb is maybe gonna be just in time. Dendi gets out.
Wow, that was a really slow dark pack from QO. Because he has, what, the Hex, and the Hex is 2.5 seconds, and then he has the Impale to time the Dark Pack. I don't think it would have killed him, but it would have been very, very close.
Reason wants round 2. Dendi's waiting here for his bottle. He may just go in for the kill here. Has to wait for the creep wave to go past so he doesn't show himself, but Dendi's bottle's kind of far away. This looks very dangerous for the Na'Vi solo mid player, but Reason not going to go in. Courier coming, it's a flying one, so nothing Reason can do about that. Dendy's mid lane, secure, or should be secure. He's bottling up, he's going to bottle Crow. Lion's even been pinged out here, so doesn't look like Reason's going to be able to accomplish too much on this Lion.
Yeah, almost full HP, and QO is actually waiting for his bottle. Might be in a fair amount of trouble of his own. Dendy going for the kill.
Orb's going to be off point, and QO has to be very careful here. It's going to be 4 minutes soon. Top lane, first blood. Na'Vi dives the tower, get the kill with the Bristleback Wisp, and nothing Forev can do about that one.
Nice aggressive build coming out from Lavos, picking up the goo at level 2 rather than the Bristleback, knowing that they can get a kill on him. And it looks like Goblik trying to compete for the room.
Big's going to take it. QO going to go pouncing there. Gets there in time, but doesn't have pounce now for this fight. So that's going to be the end of that. He'll go back towards the mid lane QO and continue battling it out with Dendy. 19-10 CS to the 9-2 of Slush. Dendy crushing the CS here. Pounce going to miss as well. Uh-oh. Just looking for some casual harass there. Does have the regen rune, so he's quite happy just to do as much damage as he can. As long as he doesn't die here. Dendy goes in, waning rift, no orb for a couple of seconds. QO should be fine, and we'll pop the regen.
Lion doesn't have a lot of experience. He's wasted a lot of time trying to go for that chicken snipe, going for the failed kill attempt on Dendy, and of course securing that regeneration rune, and he needs to recuperate some levels. He does have a strength, so that's pretty good for him, but not even level 3 yet. On the side of Na'Vi, we actually do not see that many stacks out for the Wisp and the Skywrath combination, since they've been heavily focusing their efforts on killing the axe.
Yeah. They're getting to just the first blood alone for Havost has given him a very fast Vanguard, it looks like. He's picked up the ring and has 50 gold, so he's just going to be going man mode. This, like, what, 6-7 minute Vanguard could do some serious work for him.
Goblik trying to run into these two supports.
He's got boots at least. Forev on the high ground, though, does have Tranquils, so his movement speed as well as Lions, both with Tranquils, pretty high. But they're going to get scattered as more actually protects Dendy than anything in the end. They're going to go mid lane. QO silence up, doesn't get off the Dark Pact, and one all from Dendy, he hits it. Another kill going the way of Na'Vi.
Wow, look at his experience. 575 out of 600 on the Slark. Unfortunate for him.
Well, he got silence anyway, so probably wouldn't have made a difference.
He has nighttime vision. I think he could have seen the sky and been able to shadow dance out.
He'd probably, I guess once that coil gets thrown out, maybe should have just Dark Packed it instantly, but Goblik's going to see another good dive here. His second kill in the game, but here comes the catch game. TP's in. Now 1-2 marches now as they show up to the top lane. Wants Havost as well as the Wisp, and this is going to be 2 kills going the way of the MVP side. They strike back TPs from both their mid lane and their safe lane, but important ones at that.
Still, Bristleback got another kill, picked up some items before he died, well on his way to working for the Crimson Guard, or Vanguard as it looks.
Yeah, he did go back for the treads before picking up the completed Vanguard.
See some bottle shenanigans in the mid lane. Vincere filling up Dendy's as he TP's in.
Dendy looking to keep the pressure up on QO, who does now have his level 6 Shadow Dance.
Dendy's well on his way to Blink Dagger. 1,200 gold, doing fantastic in terms of farm. On the flip side, we have March, who is very, very farm, fixing the Keela rather than rushing the mech, but still looks like that mech is going to be very timely. Finally gets a lot of room to breathe after 4 MVP heroes went to the top lane.
Yeah, looking at some of these hero levels, that's a big difference. Yeah, mid lane coil, and they burst him down inside the Shadow Dance. Axe, meanwhile, dying to neutrals. Uh-oh. He thought he had that Centaur War runner, but that's not the case. And MVP even smoked mid for this. They're now waiting around for someone to show up so they can actually use this smoke to some effect. Hexen to Dendy. Dendy going to get involved before this round. The silence comes too late. Already Lions used both his spells, and Dendy could be in a bit of trouble here. March with the Viper Strike will get the kill. March has been kind of the playmaker on this Viper, showing up at the right place at the right time to get his team on the board with 3 kills.
Man, he was just a tiny bit too late on that Ancient Seal to stop that impale. Tiny bit.
Bottom rune going to spawn. Goblik going to get his hands on the bounty rune. He'd love to hit level 6 because Funny's been level 6, now level 7 for some time. Has Jewel available.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They can't use it just yet to get any kills, but once Skywrath has level 6, there's a lot of kill potential between these two.
Goblik scouted out by Heat.
Radiant's top tower is under
TP
attack.
from Lion. Lion seems to be everywhere on the map right now.
With the haste on Slark.
just going to be seeing top lane. He's alone for now, doesn't have a TP scroll, so maybe he's asking for some supports to start swinging top, but it's bottom lane where they want to fight. Skyrath halfway to level 6, but that's going to be at least a couple of creep waves before he can get that, or a kill.
Finally, some stacks being worked on by Navi over here, trying to secure advance towards level 6.
You mentioned the loss of Vanguard. He's got 1,200 gold now, so probably going to see him purchase that one. Duo, run into the Whisper's back. Shouldn't be in any trouble here. Mounts the low ground, Haste Rune, Shadow Dance has a lot of escape tools. And Ancients now being stacked up by the Go Black Skyrath mate. Coil at mid. Mart is attacking everyone. Doesn't have a mech yet. Hasn't had stick shots though. Q are going to show up as well. They go and Go Black. Mart, damn tanky with 3 points of corrosive. This is not going to end well for the Na'Vi side. Dendi now 1 or 2 more right clicks will finish him off. He's trying to bottle up. He's trying to duke in the trees, but it's not going to work. Duo's Haste Rune shows up. Meanwhile, bottom is 4 Rev, going to get jeweled up underneath the tower with Havos here as well. This is a winner-winner chicken dinner. Funnick gets his first jewel damage of the game. But mid lane, that was disastrous for Navi. What were they thinking going on the Viper there?
Well, they didn't expect him to come in with the haste over there. They got their mid ward rewarded, so they're actually severely lacking on vision. MVP supports have been doing a very good job of securing runes for QO, make him recover after the early 2 deaths. First tower of the game.
Structures are fortified.
March is going to have a mech soon. He's leading the charge of this 5-man relocation. They're going to get the tower here. Can they get out though? A boss, not the best chasing. He's got Gooey's with a lot of movement speed, but no proper lockdown here. And the bottom, oh, Lion TP'd out in front of the Puck and Legion commander there. No jewel available, and the relocate will send Wisp Bristleback back bottom.
They have to be very careful about the relocate positioning because of the paralyzed cast. They went a little bit away, but it just wasn't close enough for them to commit MVP to a fight there.
Navi, Funnick, and Go Black still looking to partner up a bit, but without the Mystic players, Invis on Dendi. Going to coil up March, who still doesn't have a complete mech. It's coming on the courier though. This could arrive at a good time, but Navi has already decided, let's get the hell out of here. Count's going to catch Go Black, Count's going to just fall short as well. MVP getting very close to getting some counter kills, and now with a mech on March, any ganks on him, probably not going to happen anymore. And maybe with like a Skyrath ultimate and a coil and a jewel, like they're going to have to throw 3 ultimates just to maybe kill this Viper.
Great timed press the attack by Funnick. I think that actually saved Skyrath. He was about to get the pounce on him, but he took out the paralyzing cast.
Alright, well, MVP looking for their line level 6. I feel like the line the Skyrath these level 6s is when there's probably going to see some smoke gank start happening. The potential that increases a lot.
Dendi was so close to, like, he was at like 1,100 gold like 4 minutes ago. Now he's at 1,200 after those 2 deaths.
He's now going to take over the top lane, try to get some farm up there, and he's at the same time as the Axe is trying to blink up at a decent time for it with 1,200 gold himself. So Dendi's ability to control this game as early as possible, somewhat being diminished here. Avosto is doing fantastic. He's 3-1. He's got himself up to 6.5k net worth. And
completed Crimson Guard 12 minutes into the game. That is damn scary. MVP even had eyes on that Ancient Snack, but they can't really contest it. Who's going to take it out?
Who's going to fight into Avos with a Wisp backing him up? Avos now 1,400 HP. There's your Crimson Guard, so Bristleback is a problem. Not someone you want to be fighting into right now.
Raisin is level 5. He was smoked up. It will get revealed. Funnick pretty close to his Blink Dagger as well. Dendi and Funnick almost neck and neck in terms of gold.
Skyrath has level 6. Playing for it, being pinged down. The Dreamfall and a relocate. 4 of his TP is going to be fast. He's going to get out of there. Nothing to cancel it once that coil gets used. I think they just need to relocate.
They're waiting on bottom for him.
Oh, Funnick's hiding in the trees, so he's going to actually TP out. This is going to be his next big score. Oh, nothing much he can do about this. Buys his boots. Doesn't lose any money, but still an easy kill for MVP. Not going as smoothly as Na'Vi would have hoped from their start. QO now with a Midas purchase, 12.5 minutes in, but generally we like to focus more on Funnick. Dendi at top, low on mana, and he's going to get zoned all the way back to this rate.
And Axe making decent recovery as well. He's 0-4-2, but he's still getting his Blink Dagger probably around the same time that Puck and LC are. So his score is a little bit deceptive to how well his farm's coming along.
These towers are helping. The tier 1 mid are now looking like a possible tier 1 bottom tower on top of that. So
Funnick almost gets a duel on Slug.
Dire's structures are
Top of the mid lane,
fortified.
another rune in hand. Kyo's been getting constant rune, and not just these kind of
Dire's
not
bottom
so high
tower
impact
is
down
under
runes.
attack.
He hates runes,
Dire's
he's
bottom
getting DD
tower
runes.
has fallen.
Runes which can allow him to have a big impact should a fight break out. And this tower at bottom lane, that gets Axe up to 2k gold. His blink not far off now. He's going to get there before Dendi even.
Kyo has been scouted out. He is eyeing Goblack, knowing that he's an easy kill with his DD rune.
Goblack ain't having any of that though.
Another smoke pop by MVP.
Oh. Kind of near this Dire wall, which is actually at the Roshan pit, as Kyo will reveal himself to go pick up the bounty rune. But his smoked up teammate's going to run right into Goblack Skywrath Mage, and he's still farming here. He's waited, he's overstayed his welcome. He's going to find a way out of this one. Concussive shot will slow him down enough, so they do get out of there. And here comes Havos, Crimson Guard in hand. He wants to fight. Impale is going to defeat the retreat here. Kyo goes in, Dark Man off the side. Goblack gets on the moving blade, but Kyo still very healthy in Shadow Dancers. Not going to fight into the Quill Spray though. Havos, his Crimson Guard, going to help keep him alive, relocate out defensively. I think Havos was fine there, but a very defensive play, and this could just be a dead wisp. We'll see if he brings back Havos with him. It looks like fight is maybe going to happen. Dendi's nearby. Yes, they'll bring in Havos. Dendi is there, but it's a two-hero impale. They kill off the wisp instantly. Havos next time can't bounce between two. Dendi can't get rid of it. He goes down to the finger of death. Oh no! Havos, the slows are going to keep going. He needs to fight. March can't sustain himself against the Quill's plays there. Legion going to get a nice three-hero nuke off, and now finding the new target. Havos, the Quill's keep on stacking. March wants the career, but he loses vision over the tree. Havos now, he needs to go back. He can't fight these heroes. The axe will bring him down with the chop. 2 kills go the way of Forev's axe, and what a fight for MVP Phoenix.
What was the deal with that relocate out?
That was... You wait until Havos is ready to be Go Black now dead as well. Shot number 3, Forev with a triple kill. Havos was like 3/4 HP when he did that defensive relocate. Really questionable relocate from Bankscore.
Yeah, and then that bought all the time they needed for all the Quill Spray stacks to fall off. And Dendi, again, so close to his Blink Dagger, but can't farm it. 1,800 gold.
Well, we see almost a 5,000 net worth swing on the gold grab after that fight. Na'Vi haven't had a kill since like the 9-minute mark. It's been all MVP, just winning fight after fight, clash after clash, and well, they've got a lot of good items to show for it. March picks up a point booster, going to be going straight into that Ag Scepter. Point booster on Forev. This Axe was struggling to get any farm earlier. He was 0-4. And now here he is, Blink, point booster, looking like one of the kind of top farmers. That's right, he's out farming Dendi, he's out farming Funnick on that Legion Commander as well, so game 1 looking very good for MVP
Dire's
Phoenix.
top tower is under attack.
Once Dendi gets the Blink, it could be a little bit easier for them. Hopefully they can get someone sort of initiates on Slark, but speaking of Slark, another
Dire's
tower in his
fallen.
pocket. Number 3 in terms of net worth, recovering quite nicely.
I feel like if Dendi had his Blink for that relocate back, he can get the Blink silence on the Lion, and then there's no Tour Impale. That Tour Impale was what kind of wrecked them.
March is, I don't think he's afraid to just walk in there.
Everything. Maybe you should have been afraid there. It's a buyback moment. Do they look to contest the Roshan or just give it up? Kyo wants to go in as well. Wants Bankscore on the Wisp. He's going to tether over the cliff. Kyo falls to Shadow Dance very defensively. Axe, meanwhile, gets the Wisp on the side. They're looking to go back in. They want to take this fight. They use everything in the arsenal to bring down the Viper. Witch Doctor with the ultimate from the high ground will not do that much damage to Funnick. He's down on half HP. He's bottling up, so he can keep on fighting. But Roshan is over. No Wisp alive, and they don't feel confident to keep on going for it.
Still great fight by them. March did not actually have vision, I believe.
He went in pretty blind there. Duo, what's he going to be thinking of purchasing here? Blink Dagger on Dendi, that was the big item Na'Vi were waiting for. I think Kyo bought a Blink and then sold it, maybe thinking he's going to go Shadowblade. Nope, he gets the Blink once more. Probably consulted with his team. Do I Blink? Do I Shadowblade? What do we think, guys?
They've been doing a really good job of controlling the Wisp in all these fights. Some of it's just Vanscore having to preemptively use all his defensive cooldowns just because he's so scared of getting blown up by a Finger, by the Slark, by the Blink calling Axe, who just cooled him in the face.
Bottom lane, Reason has an Invis room, wants Havos. There is a Vangscore Wisp nearby, and that's kind of who you have to try and scout out if you're Reason here. Does have the Finger. They're going to make their way back towards this middle lane, and Possibly go for a smoke here, which is sitting on your Skywrath Mage. But once again, Reason scouting a lot with this Invis rune. He's going to see Go Black.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There are high ground ward that got dewarded, but then they press it up a little bit more. So Funnick trying to get his own farm in the side lane. Guess what, Blade Mail is pretty good here for him, but that's going to be quite some time. Farm up, and MVP, they don't really want to split up because that's what Navi want them to do.
Coil the mid, Ruby gets set up, needs to shut it down, doesn't have mana for it. He was on 118 mana when he died. He pounced out of the coil, got stunned, and the relocate was placed perfectly by Vincere. Nice kill going Navi's way, and now maybe they look to go into the Roshan pit, or possibly looking for more action in the bottom lane.
Top tower is under
Go Black,
attack.
gonna ward, get some good vision here. I think this ward was spotted. They ping it out, say, look, Navi, see us. This is a dangerous spot to be in.
Havo's not scared.
Yeah, he can just go running in if he wants to. That's the Havos way.
Still big kill on the Slark right there. Oh, they smoke up behind. They're actually going to wrap around. I don't know if it was actually scouted out. I do not think so.
Doesn't look like it. They do have the high ground advantage. Orb will reveal the spot here. It's going to be the Witch Doctor gets put out, though. The Pump Orb goes through it. Catches them all. Forest is in the tree. Scouted down by the Windfall. Dual damage going to be going the way of flooding, or is it Forest still alive for a bit longer? Winner, winner. EO kills the axe here, the chase is on. They want more, they want much, they want to go diving into the ball. Leading the charge, even the wind from the backline. Vincere in trouble, the champion dancing Cure. Gonna get one with the help of the Lion. He wants more, he wants to go for that Vincere, but he cannot fight Havos. He can't get past him to get to the Skywrath Mage. Team Martel leading the charge here. On that Viper here, it's Havos getting in a bit of a predicament here. Doesn't have the Wisp to back him up, but does have the Legion Commander. Press the attack. Gonna help give him a bit of rejuvenation, and one-for-one trade so far here as MVP will bring out the Sentry Ward to D-Ward that freshly planted Navi Observer Ward.
Navi really want control of this side of the map. They want to take out that T1 and sneak in Roche whenever possible while split pushing with a Wisp, but that is just not possible at this point in time, and Kyo has an easy job of just sniping these weak supports. Skywrath and Neo can't really cope with this Slark, especially when Duel had already been used.
Now, once he starts picking up some actual stat items, get his Skadi or his BKB, whatever it may be, is going to suddenly be a lot scarier in these fights. Right now he matches up great against the supports, but he needs like the next big item to be able to fight the Bristleback, to be able to fight the Legion Commander without just getting torn apart.
They're expecting a Roche soon. They keep seeing MVP picking it out, but at the same time, they really want to split push out their lanes.
They've got very little vision on the dire side of the map here. They see Bristleback bottom, but their wards right now are non-existent. Just Dendi at mid, who they see. Lion with a Blink Dagger, though. They can Blink excellent to bring down Dendi, so they'll be able to catch up to him. Qo, though, seen this one before, playing very aggressive in the mid lane, and Dendi will lead with a coil and try to bring him down, or a Blink Silence, potentially. That's the bottom lane. Bristleback, as per usual, backed up by Vincere, hiding in the trees with that relocate ready. Oh, catches up too with the tail. The Blink starts from Dendi, isn't in time. Oh no, running down the trouble. The cart is still bouncing around. Dendi to a vault, and Dendi the chop gonna miss. Dendi keeps himself alive for a little bit longer. Vincere the relocate out in 3 seconds. Dendi, then Vincere dies the second before he relocates out, and now Havos left alone. He's got no way out. Forrest's going to call, he's going to turn him around, says, we're going to hit you from the front. And that is a 5-man team-wipe going MVP play. That call from Forev into a 2-hero impale. Dendi just couldn't get there in time with that silence.
And what a huge play by MVP. They've been doing such a good job of controlling Navi's vision and taking these great engages where Navi always seem to be caught off guard.
They're baiting with Qo so well. Qo's like kind of off in these awkward positions, but he's got the axe, he's got the Lion. Reason's hit incredible impales this game. He's 1-0-12 and he has made some plays happen with these multi-hero impales. Roshan not going to happen though. They've not got a good Roche lineup.
Yeah, MVP are really close to running away with the game. They win one more team fight and sweep Roshan, but Navi still have a lot of fight left in them. And the way the game's going, Slark is, he is getting out of control. 3,100 gold. He could easily pick up a BKB and just make life pretty darn easy for himself.
With the BKB, it's like guaranteed kills on Skywrath, and just you don't have to worry about a puck blink silence. definitely, it guarantees turning that fight into a quick 4v5 if you can get one or two of the supports. But
5-man smoke.
Na'Vi possibly thinking they need to make something big happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
On the minimap, it seems MVP is saying they're near the Ancients or possibly at Roshan. They're drawing these little
oh, they have no sentry wards. That's very unfortunate for them. They saw QO and he went to go get a rune, but it was scouted out.
QO, come back towards the mid lane. Push things out once more. This time he hasn't got good backup. Na'Vi have already started working on Roshan. Forev going to blink in her boss. Gets bashed by Roshan. He's playing out onto Forev. And the slow going to help things out here. We just need to see a relocate out. Yep. Relocates out of there, but we'll be coming back soon. Onto that next one. Here comes Na'Vi, taking the charge, but then onto March here. One of the MVP heroes. They're going to look to commit to this one. It seems March is going to go for the TP out. Forev kind of stuck in an awkward spot as well. March gets out of there. Forev now left without his Viper backing him up. He killed the slap to start things off, and as a result, MVP, not a fight they can take. Na'Vi gets two. Now more in the bottom lane. Ending his finger with a Paladin Witch Doctor ultimate. Running can't do anything about it. Blink out from Lion. Reason's still alive. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Teddy even going to 5 for this, and Reason in a bit of a tough spot here, but he gets the Hex onto Funnick. Trying to just cancel his blink now. He's going to have a blink up in a second or two. Reason takes damage from the Legion nuke. Now the Flood to attack. The blink forward, and this looks like a dead Lion. As Na'Vi get a 4-for-1 trade. And possibly a Roshan to follow, but this is pretty fast on the respawns for MVP.
That was great play by Na'Vi. So they had a couple of heroes over here, and they had 3 heroes over to the top left, and they actually picked up QO while the relocate was going on, and MVP was spinning for the pit. They used the blink duel, and I'm very surprised that Spark didn't buy back for that fight. Then he bought back. That was almost over by that point, because they know how important this Roshan is to the momentum of the game.
Yeah, it's the one thing which it feels like can give Na'Vi a good amount of control. They can start taking objectives themselves. Havas doesn't have to worry about having the Wisp back up. He can just go on the front lines, and Wisp can play a lot safer and more defensively when Havas has an Aegis.
What is QO going to buy? He's been sitting on this massive pile of gold.
He needs to spend it. If it's a BKB, well, I guess he's a little short, but...
You could even get Lincoln's versus duel.
3.9k now.
I think that's the only thing that kills him. This duel.
I guess if Puck gets you with a blink silence, but we've seen the Axe and the Lion kind of in good spots to back up the Slack more times than not. 4k gold now on QO. I mean, a BKB, like, it's going 2 defensive items here. Sure, it sounds questionable, but it's not like Na'Vi have the best late game. He'll do enough damage just from the Essence Shift procs.
Yeah, he could get Scotty and tank up. But that really depends on what I'm able to disable the leading commander. With the Blade Mail, I think BKB is almost imperative.
All right, we'll see what MVP look to do here. They are not even going to finish off this Ancient here. Not sure what that was
about. Here they are. Bottom lane. Oh, so close. They even relocated because they thought that Funnick was going to get it.
Not going to work here. The relocate coming back mid lane. MVP are pinging it. They know what's happening here. They've got 4 heroes, no Axe though, but they want to fight. They're going to lead with the Dark Axe perfectly timed. Thankscore tries to tether out. The Viper Strike is there though. Trying to bottle up, looks like it's going to be a kill, just barely. The last tick of the Viper Strike brings him down, but
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
He has level 4 overcharge even.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Give up their bottom tier 1, but they're looking to take something bigger and more precious. The tier 2 mid tower of Na'Vi.
And it's the 2 ultimate orbs
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So does decide that it will be a Scotty game.
I mean, if he can survive the duel, that's huge. BKB allows him to just pick off the supports instantly, but having this Scotty makes it, I think, a little bit easier to kite the bristle, a little bit easier to survive the Legion Commander ultimate if you aren't able to pop your BKB in time. So it's just, I don't know, they're both pretty safe items.
You're going to leave that Curie at the secret shop, waited this one out to get that Scotty up. As for Na'Vi, dandy position near top, level 15 on him. He's going to be building towards the Yule Scepter, which he's actually completed. So another way of kind of countering some of these pesky blink daggers on the Radiant side, but no like silencers or anything to get out of as far as the Yules is concerned. Just swing that extra bit of mobility and survivability as well.
It's good at counter-initiating mechs.
Well, Na'Vi going to be postured on the high ground. This is a great spot to be in if MVP are looking to smoke up or try and move onto the other side of the map. And they also see everything going on. So Sentry Ward gets deployed, instantly dewarded, and Na'Vi continue to posture pretty defensively. They've got the Aegis. Do you feel like they should be getting more aggressive on the map, or is this kind of just all they can do right now?
It's risky. Kyo is fat. Oh, they smoke.
Yeah, they just dewarded too, so this does not get spotted. And Kyo walks right into the Skywrath base. Goblik in a lot of trouble here. The shutdown continues, and 4Rev gets the dunk. Just a Skywrath kill. They'd love to get this Wisp or Bristleback, and I think they saw them. They're observer at that top river. They know what's going on here. They want to dive this tower. Here comes 4Rev with a blink in 1 second. March, ooh, cancels the Viper Strike. Thanks was hiding off behind the Tier 2 tower, and well, they draw a little arrow on the map. They say, this way, we push this way.
It's risky to fight into the Aegis. I think if they didn't have Aegis, they could have picked off the Wisp and then continued and just like Hex and kite the Bristleback, but really difficult with that.
If they saw the Wisp, probably go on him, but they weren't quite sure where he was positioned.
Bad time for Na'Vi to take a fight. It's nighttime, and Stark's almost always going to be able to get the jump or axe.
I don't really feel like MVP can push too well, though. They were kind of drawing lines like they want to push this top lane, but it feels like this may just be the start of the game where you start looking just to play a bit more passively, get QO another item or two, get your Witch Doctor access against Viper, his next big item. Just an Assault Crest, so items are going to be coming both teams' way, and as far as late game goes, do you give either team an edge here? Oh, Blink Call, makes Greg's going to get caught out, hold that thought. So the Lion holds up the finger, and you're done. 4Rev gets jeweled. Going to be seeing a counter kill come out if they can kill it fast enough. The jewel damage is not going to be acquired by Funnick though. Reason now to TP out. Avos though, right click at 2 damn hard with plus 190 damage. Will get caught in a pounce here. Avos still has Aegis though, so they've got to kill twice. Uh-oh,
Needs to die.
1-0, it's gone. Now they can kill him. This is the perfect time. He doesn't even get the regen from the Aegis. He goes down at the perfect time. Oh no.
He popped his BKB early. I don't think he'll pop it with his Aegis still.
Yeah, better just to die that first time and then have the BKB for the second life.
Dire's top tower is
very
under
unfortunate
attack.
for them.
And suddenly that's a Tier 2 tower. They only kill an Axe and a Lion. The Lion, a support, and the Axe at this point just kind of initiate. The Viper and the Slack are the two big carries of this team.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Things not going as great as Na'Vi would hope for here in Game 1 against the Korean MVP Phoenix squad. It's only a 3,000 to 4,000 net worth lead, but hours being taken in succession from the MVP side.
The dual usage is very tough for Funnick because he wants to kill people at the start of the fight to make the numbers on their side, but at the same time, if they don't use it on Stark, they still don't have a great way to control him. If they don't have that duel up, he just steals a ton of stats away from the Bristleback, away from these other heroes on the front line, and just goes crazy on his support. So, I mean, there's two main heroes that they have to deal with, the Axe and the Stark, and on top of that, the Viper, who's almost never going to die in these fights. 1850 HP on March.
Yeah. Another almost Blink Duel coming out onto the Slack, but Kyo's been so fast with the pounces, the Shadow Dances, these escapes, and he now picks up a gem. He purchases. Kyo's going to just go around the map looking to de-ward with this. He has a pretty good idea where they are. Blinks up. Needs to get out. Pounces away. Worried about that Funnick initiation.
Wow, if he got dueled right there, oh my god, that would
be I like the gem purchase though. Kyo has such an easy way to just track down those wards using that ultimate. They have a big Slack problem here. Catching him with a duel, as you said, it seems like they need to duel him, but finding him has not proven to be very easy.
Yeah, he doesn't have DKB, so he's still somewhat vulnerable, but he's going to have that very, very soon. One more Midas use, and one more minute, and there you go.
Well, Na'Vi, maybe deciding they need to get some more farm themselves. Avos has picked up a Belt of Giant Strength, so he seems to be looking to go for a Basher into Abyssal Blade type build. Needing some extra lockdown and some way of actually being able to kind of man up and fight the Slack a bit better. And the fact that he's as tanky as he is, it's nice, but it also works against him. Kyo just gets so many essence chip charges in the team fight. He picks up his support, then he just starts right-clicking Havos. Even if he doesn't kill him, it just makes him so beefy and just so so brutal in these fights with how much damage he can do once he gets those Essence Shift procs.
I mean, all these heroes are really beefy. We're going to talk about Axe with 18 armor without the Berserker's Call. He has a Scepter on top of that, so he has 1,800 HP. Viper has 1,870 HP. He has 30 armor with an AC complete and an Axe to prevent so much damage from the Bristleback.
Dire's bottom tower
and then on top of that, you have the Slark. So, I mean, too many heroes are farmed on the side of MVP, whereas Navi, we're just talking about a Bristle. Poor Bristle can't do anything on his own.
Doesn't see the
Legion
Legion Commander on the map, and Legion Commander is back in that dire base. That's the one hero he's always wary of, is where is that Legion? Where is that Blink Fuel? Top lane, no. Forev going to TP and doesn't have a Blink for a couple of seconds. Havos now TP into trouble here. Relocate not being used yet. They're going to bring down the Wisp first, and this could strand Havos. He's got no TP. He was relying on the Wisp as his escape mechanic. And they're going to look to chase him down. Havos has pretty high movement speed, but Forev says not at all. He's going to turn TP. He comes running with a jewel. He's going to use it for him, though. They've got nothing for the Slark. Slark gets assaulting the Navi side. Dendi goes in, will not get hit by the pounce. That'll save his life potentially. Blink forward from QO. Wanted the pounce onto the Bristleback, but the Yule Scepter will prevent it. On the sidelines, though, Skyrath caught out by the Lion. Not sure what happened to him, but it was not a friendly hello from the MVP side. It's a 3-for-1 trade in their favor. QO still going mid. He's got 16 Essence Shift charges already and looks to acquire even more as he just fights Havos constantly in these clashes.
Great ult by Slark there. LC blinked in and Slark was Shadow Dance, so he had to go for the Axe there. I don't even think he would have lived if he had gone for the Slark.
Damage.
But nice for him. Saved Havos' life. Got some dual damage. Wow, Slark is getting fat.
Yeah, he purchased a Basher himself, so we'll be going for the Abyssal Blade. Extra lockdown, the way of actually maybe killing off Dendi as well, if you can get a Blink Abyssal Blade off.
It's not looking good for Navi.
Not.
It's like a boat for I mean, Dendi's farmed and all, but he can't actually.
Oh, they got the jewel after the pounce. Jewel at bottom lane, though. Relocate in, and he's going to get brought down. Drops the gem as well.
Oh, that's so big for them.
That was like the pounce, the jewel pass at the exact same time. QO is probably like saying, what just happened? Dota 2, please, I pounced.
That is completely game-changing, and why LC is just so darn good versus Slark. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it, and you always want to be able to split it.
And secured and everything. Are they going to buy back Slark? He does do so. Buys back. They want to contest this one. Jewel on cooldown for 15 more seconds. They drop a Central Ward as well. Here we go. Forev blinks in with a call. Onto a Mon with the Wisp backup is free down. Taking Dendi now. Going to go in. Breeze and still looking for that finger of death target. It's going to be a Skyrath mate pulling to start things off. The Witcher Goblin not doing too much. Havos now on the run. Gets hit by the cold. Forev though. Pulling Havos away. They need to hit him from the front. Havos now completely stranded. The Wisp getting zoned out by Forev's Axe. He just blinks past Havos and forces the Wisp away, and now it looks like Roshan will be secured by the Radiant side. Jen still on the Navi squad, but losing Roshan here is painful stuff for Navi to see.
Man, that was a completely whiffed Skyrath ult.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Create a lot of space and put a lot of pressure on this Navi side, but you look at the rest of what his team's done. The Viper is huge as well. Aghanim Scepter with Assault Crest, 8-1 and 15. March has been the quiet kind of savior of this team. In the early game, he was the one TPing to the lanes when they were getting destroyed in both mid and top, so all across the board. MVP has stepped up their game, it feels like. It's no longer just about QO like it was on day one with his Ember Spirit and the rest of his team just not really offering enough.
And Bristleback can't do that much. Wisp can't stay in the fight, so he doesn't have the overcharge, he doesn't have the heal, he doesn't have the mana, which is actually a kind of big deal because Blazing keeps mana draining him. And his BKB doesn't do that much either. There's a bash up on Slark, still going to get right click by him, as well as a call from the Axe, and of course the constant Viper strikes from Viper and the Witch Doctor ultimate. There's so many things that he has to deal with, and he doesn't actually have that much armor. He needs an AC of his own, he needs more items, he needs funding to start doing some heavy lifting too.
Go Black going to get somewhat caught out by Forev, but does go for the concussive shot and will probably look for a TP out. Forev, ooh, not going to get the call.
Funding goes in.
March the Black with a relocate game. They could be able to kill the Viper here, even with the Assault Crash. QO shows up once, makes for him return, but he gets fed. Dendi is not decisive vice. He did not see that one coming. That came out of nowhere. Forev gets a blink call on the two heroes. A good blink in as well. The dead Skyrim. Legion acts with the double dunk. They want more. They want Dendy, but he's going to not join himself out. He actually blinks to the side. Suddenly high ground gets siege here. Navi's going to go in. They're going to get blinked on here. Joy shows up as well. That's a dead Wisp with no buyback as well. Joy and Shadow Dance here wants to be a little bit careful. Dendy's Hexo still cooling down for another couple of seconds. Havas wants to fight. The time the Hex around that Dark Pack. Can they fight this one? They've got 3 long respawns, Na'Vi. No one with buyback. This may just be mid-racks. They don't really have the damage between Dendy and Havas. Havas can maybe just go fade to the front lines, but this looks like first lane of racks going the way of MVP.
Dyer's middle
yeah, they can't fight this. No, but those other two heroes. Skyrat's kind of unimportant, but the other two certainly are.
MVP swing bottom. They want to keep on fighting. They do have to worry a little bit about this blink Hex initiative from Dendy. Duo though, 4k gold, does have some room for error, although the buyback is on cooldown here. That's the risk here. Blink slide down, actually hits Goblack. He misses Dendy, but he finds a freebie behind that. Taking heavy damage here, but he's still going to be alive here. He's just fine. 5 seconds till he has the Shadow Dance. The ball down the front lane. He's going to look for an escape. He may need to relocate. Where is it? Make sure. Havas is in trouble. You're going to relocate him out. There's your teleport to safety just in time. And he Witch Doctor ultimate still going through. Brings on the Legion, who only gets a lion in exchange. Buyback from Funnick now. This is the last exit from Na'Vi. If they don't win this fight here, they're in trouble. And they've already lost 4 racks. So even if they win it, they're in trouble. Escape now is the name of the game. MVP say we've taken 3 racks. Let's just get out. Let's just cut our loss here. They may be forced to fight. They're not going to turn around and look to bring down Bank score once more. The count bouncing a little bit here. Coil going to catch just QO. And Bank score the win once more. Ball down. Havas in the front line. Fight for strength. Constantly just getting kited around. Can't even fight into this MVP squad. March is just too much of a beat. He gets the kill. Goes down himself though. A 1-for-1 trade. Havas doesn't want to buy that right now. He wants to keep on, he wants to hold on to it, but he's going to be forced to use it now. Dendy shows up, Blink Yules is too late, the chunk was already there on the side back for Funnick. They want Forev now, with the boss fight back, they've got to get some kills off of this. QO going to be forced to pounce out. This is your time to buy that Abyssal Blade. He's got no buyback, 6k gold, doesn't make a pit stop at the secret shop. He wants to run. 3 Na'Vi heroes in hot pursuit.
Brutal exchange for Na'Vi. They really wanted to save any of their melee racks, but 2 of them already sweat, and yeah, the Sark problem is a really big problem.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
If he wants maybe even a Linken's over the Abyss, like you get the Abyssal later, but Linken's deal with the duel, and then what kills him? It doesn't feel like it only deals with the Hex.
I don't even think a duel kills him anymore.
I'll take that.
I guess there's the Hex and the duel now, and that's where a Linken's Sphere could be even better for him. But
they don't have enough
damage.
The Abyssal. LC doesn't have BKB.
Skyreth ultimate just isn't doing that much anymore. Yeah. Skyreth is just dying instantly every fight.
And Bristle just gets kited.
Bristle needs this Abyssal Blade ASAP. There's no more saving for buybacks if you're Na'Vi. Dan needs to work on an Ag Scepter. Havas about 1k gold away from that Abyssal Blade. And QO, well, he's going to be going into this enemy jungle. Goblack is there waiting for him, but he goes actually to the high ground here. It's going to be Dendy he wants. Dendy he can't get though. Or at least it doesn't look that way. QO. Abyssal Blade still in hand. He's going to see Goblack now. Dark back off the slow, and Goblack not getting out of this one. He doesn't want to use the Abyssal. He's going to have to. He did not get any good batches. Dendy, meanwhile, kills off the Lion, who was swooping in. He was like, where was my RNG there? I hit 3 right clicks without a bash, and he had to use the Abyssal cooldown.
That's an Ags on the Witch Doctor.
And Lion. Lion picked his up a couple minutes ago.
Uh-oh. That's trouble. 1800 HP. That's pretty easy though. He has a point booster. He has a lot of farm, but it's just a lot of disables. And still, I don't think that Bristle can do enough damage here. He only has a 5-second BKB, and aside from that, he's Axe Call, Lion. I mean, there's so many spells that can just control him because they don't have to worry about the LC really at all.
Yeah, Funnick will have a BKB hopefully for the next fight. He's trying to find here at the bottom lane, up to 1k gold. That's for MVP. We're waiting for this Lion buyback. With bottom lane of racks taken, or at least the melee rack, they can just focus most therapies on top. Wait for that Roshan respawn if they want, which is going to be at least 2 minutes. Top lane, they blink in, Forev gets the call on Havas. They want to bring him down. Wisp is nearby, relocate backwards. They now know exactly where this Wisp is coming in, though, and that's, well, possibly a free kill, or you force Na'Vi to fight. Lion is still pretty far away. This could be a 5v4, at least at the start. Duo, Darkpack not on point, but Vengstorm will get the tether out.
Na'Vi hanging by a thread in this game, 16,000.
Oh, once again, Havas gets pulled out of the base 2. They know there's no relocate from the Witch. Q are going to go counting in. Doesn't hit because of the BKB. Now maybe going to look for that Abyssal Blade, but Shadow's being used and not exactly the best initiation. This is a better one. Four gets the blink hole onto Horoki. One more full lane. Q goes on to Funny with the Abyssal Finger. Funny taking out the fight. He's going to go right up on. Now BKB in trouble. Witch is going to do it. The Aghanim ultimate. It bounces. Finally gets dealt with. 4M though. Blade now up in the front line. 2 Navi here and then take it 3. There's your chop. 4M now looks for Deadly. Can he TP out? You betcha, but there's a blink. There's a call. Deadly now dead as well. That 4 Navi here on the sideline. Slap with a 5 back and it's GG in game 1. MVP. Upset the Ukrainian All-Star team.
I think actually Vincere played very poorly this game. That one relocate out just completely destroyed them. And Q got so fat off that 4-for-1 exchange. And it is a difficult game for Navi, and MVP clearly weren't scared of it, or else they would have banned out the Wisp in the first phase. But yeah, they seem very